Day 5, Dare 5. He who blesses his friend with a loud voice early in the morning, it will be reckoned a curse to him. Proverbs 27:14. Nothing irritates others as quickly as someone who is being rude. To be rude is an act unbecoming, embarrassing. In marriage, this can be a foul mouth, poor table manners, or a habit of making sarcastic marks. However you look at it, no one enjoys being around a person who is rude. Rude behavior may seem insignificant to the person who is doing it, but it is unpleasant to those who are on the receiving end. Love has something to say about this. When a spouse is driven by love, he or she is intentionally behaving in a way where the spouse will want to be around them. The bottom line is that love minds its manners. I remember a few years ago when my husband and I we were in the kitchen and I was standing at the refrigerator and he wanted to get by. Well, instead of saying, "Excuse me," he says, "Move." I immediately got upset. And I reminded him, if I were a coworker or friend, you would never say move. You would say, "Excuse me." What had happened is we had gotten to a point in our relationship where we had started taking each other for granted. And yes, being rude to one another. For the most part, the etiquette that we use at home is much different from the etiquette we use at work or around our friends. And that just shouldn't be. King Solomon said, "It is better to live in the corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife." How does your spouse feel about the way you speak and act around them? How does your behavior affect your mate's self-worth and self-esteem? Would your spouse say that you're a blessing or that you're condescending and embarrassing? Good manners expresses to your wife or to your husband that I value you enough to exercise some self-control around you. I want to be a person who is a pleasure to be with and a pleasure to be around. For the most part, the etiquette that you use at home is 9 times out of 10 not the etiquette that you use at work or with friends. Love is not rude, but it lifts you to a higher standard. Do you wish your spouse will quit doing the things that bother you? Then it's time for you to quit doing the things that may bother them. Will you dare to be delightful? Here are 3 guiding principles when it comes to practicing etiquette in your marriage. Number 1, treat your spouse the way you want to be treated. Number 2, be as considerate to your spouse as you are coworkers and strangers. Number 3, consider what your husband or wife has already told you that irritates them and fix it. Which brings me to our dare for the day. Ask your spouse 3 things that may irritate them about you. Do not get offended. Do not justify it. And do not give reasons why you do it. Let them or allow them to give you those 3 things and work on it. I dare you. Now get to work.